This is television for the Isles of Scilly, brought to you with Worldwide Financial Planning, Truro and Penwith College, and the Scilly Lottery. From Radio Scilly, this is scillytv.com. The Isles of Scilly Wildlife Trust has reversed a plan to undertake their controversial land management using cattle on Gugh. Over the weekend, Scilly TV and Radio Scilly received a number of emails from concerned residents. One came from a member of a consultation group chaired by the AONB officer Trevor Kirk. Barnsley Ward wrote to Radio Scilly complaining about plans to deploy electric fencing and cattle to manage the areas the trust maintains. He says the use of electric fencing and an intention to cut down bracken and gorse was an abomination. He claims the island of Gugh is known for its natural state and that land management there, in the same way that it's been carried out in parts of St Mary's, would constitute vandalism. Now the Trust has decided not to go ahead with the plan as recently proposed. Trevor Kirk says there's been a change of heart.
Well, the latest, as I understand it, Kerry, is that proposed grazing will not now go ahead. The Wildlife Trust has had negotiations and discussions with Rhondda and Alan on Gugh and with other interested parties. And the overall conclusion is, as I say, that programme, or proposed programme, will not now go ahead.
Trevor says the number of complaints have played their part in the reversal of the proposal.
Well, I'm sure that public opinion has a very significant bearing on the decision, yes.
But there still needs to be some form of land management on that island as part of the Wildlife Trust's arrangement with Natural England.
The recommendation from Natural England is that a variety of land management techniques and tools could be used to address this problem. And it suggested that a conservation grazing herd might be one of the tools that could be used, along with mechanical clearance as well. So some kind of balanced judgment will have to be arrived at.
Trevor says although some anti-trust campaigners are seeing this as a victory, he doesn't want to view things in such simplistic terms.
Well, I'm not sure I'd like thinking of it in terms of victories and defeat. I think we're all trying to think in shades of grey, really. These are very, very complex land management issues that include public access to landscape, biodiversity management, historic environment management, the future of the tourism industry, in some contexts the future of farming in the islands. These are remarkably complex issues, and I don't think we can just come up with simple black and white victory and defeat scenarios.